Hi, welcome to another episode from excellentenglish.com.au. My name is Patrick, and thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about people who are not improving in their English. So perhaps you've been studying English for years, maybe since you were a kid in school, and for many years you did get a little bit better each time. Each year passed and you could look back and say, yes, I'm speaking more English than I was before. But now you've reached a point where you're stuck. Your English is not really getting any better. Okay, let's look at that for a moment and go through some of the reasons why this might be happening. So, first of all, I want to look at the difference between studying English and practicing English. Studying English is what I call a passive activity, whereas practicing English is an active activity. So let's go to studying first of all and look at that for a moment. Studying is passive because it's just between you and the book. In most cases, this is going to be a textbook, or perhaps now it's some sort of online text, right? You sitting here listening to me talk is passive studying as well. What I want to encourage you to do with your English is make it active. So, one way to make it active would be to copy me and copy my pronunciation. I want you to make your English active. Try it. I want you to make your English active. If you're sitting there listening to this and practicing the pronunciation, then your study is going from study to practice, from passive to active. If you're watching this video, if you can understand what I'm saying, or most of it, then you're ready to move beyond studying English. When I was teaching kids, 4, 5, 6-year-old kids, we don't do passive study in English. It's all active. I would say, "Good morning, class." And they would say to me, "Good morning, teacher," in this sing-song kind of way. Right? In fact, we do a lot of singing with young kids. They love it, right? We teach them how to count. We teach them the alphabet. I'm sure you remember A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? There's a melody to the song. The kids remember that, and that is active practicing. Another great way to do it is role-playing. In my group classes at excellentenglish.com.au, we do a lot of role-playing, pretending to be customers going into the store, people meeting someone for a date, maybe a social occasion, a birthday party, a wedding, the kind of interactions you would have in a normal store when you go shopping, right? This is because role-playing is fun and it is an active skill. So, other reasons why you might be getting stuck with your English. Maybe you're only doing it alone. I encourage you to do and practice your English with others, preferably with a native speaker, if you can. If you can't find any native speakers, why don't you join me at excellentenglish.com.au? You can work with me one-on-one, and we can focus on the skills that you need to improve. Or we can work in a group session where you can work with other speakers who are learning English. But at the same time, I, as a native speaker, will guide you through improving your skills. Okay, so practicing with a native speaker is invaluable. You really cannot put a price on it. When it comes to people who are in a different country, if you're not in the United States, Canada, England, Australia, New Zealand, it's going to be challenging for you to find a native speaker. That's why online learning is so good, right? One of the problems that I have, and it's not the fault of the teacher, but some of my Indian friends were learning English with an Indian teacher who had a strong accent. So the words are coming out with an Indian accent, and bad pronunciation, incorrect pronunciation is being repeated. The same thing's happening in China. The same thing's happening in Brazil. You have a Brazilian teacher teaching Brazilian students, and they're teaching them the wrong way to say words in English. Right? So look for a native speaker. Join native classes, native speaking classes. Have a look at YouTube videos just like this. Right? Excuse me for looking at my notes. I also want to focus on one of the other reasons that your English may be stuck. It might be stuck because you're focusing too much on grammar. This video is part of my anti-grammar series, I might call it. And the reason that I say that your English is getting stuck because of grammar is because grammar's not going to help you get better at speaking and listening and having a conversation in English. Grammar is going to help you with writing in English and potentially reading, but it's not going to be very useful for speaking and listening. Okay? So English is a mess. You know this already. If you're listening to me now, you know that English is a mess. And one of the reasons that it's a mess is because it's a language that is constantly evolving. All languages are evolving, but English is evolving even faster. The internet is changing English. BRB, be right back. LOL, laugh out loud. ATM, at the moment. Right? These kind of words and slang terms are coming out of the internet, even just from the last 10 to 15 years. But the origins of English come from Latin, Old French, Spanish, Italian, and some of the other Latin Romance languages. We even have words like smorgasbord, which comes from the Nordic countries. We have a lot of German words in English as well. So English is a combination of all of these different languages. And that's why when you look at the grammar and look at the grammar rules, we say, here's the rule, and then here's all of the occasions when we break it. I before E except after C in the spelling, but then we break that rule again and again and again and again. And this is frustrating. Let me tell you a little secret. Most native speakers of English are terrible at grammar. They know when to say, I visited, I am visiting, and I will visit. But they can't explain to you the rules of grammar in English. If you ask a native English speaker, what is the past perfect or present participle? They're going to give you a strange look because they don't know, right? When we learn English as native speakers, we learn through practicing English. We don't learn through reading rules in a textbook. So you shouldn't be doing that either. You shouldn't be making your study passive. You should be making your study of English practice. And it should be an active activity. It's only by speaking and talking and listening to others speaking English that you will get better. So once again, are you stuck? Has your English reached a kind of ceiling and it's not going up? It's not getting any better? Have you tried practicing? When was the last time you had a conversation in English? Even a short conversation. Hey, what did you have for lunch today? Oh, I had a vegetarian salad. Wow, that looks delicious. Small conversations in English are fine, but you need to be having conversations. When was the last time you spoke to a native speaker in English? If it was months or years ago, it's probably time to have a conversation with a native speaker. You can do that at excellentenglish.com.au. You can do that in other places as well. So, my final thing that I would like to say about Excellent English, and the reason that I'm doing this, the reason that I have created this business, the reason that I'm making these videos is this. I'm passionate about teaching English. I want you to get better. I want you to be able to improve your skills in English. And I don't want you to have to take tests all the time. Now, I do have a product available on my website where I can give you individual feedback. It's a test of sort, but there's no writing involved. Here's how it works. I read a passage to you, and then I ask you to summarize what you heard in the passage back to me. I take notes as you're speaking. I'm listening to your pace, right? The volume. I'm listening to common errors that you're making. Your intonation, the way you go up and down when you speak. I'm also listening to a number of different areas to say, did you capture, did you understand the meaning of the passage? Maybe you understood some parts but not others. Maybe you understood everything perfectly, right? Then I'm going to ask you several follow-up questions connected to the passage. After that, I'm going to give you individual feedback just for you so that you can focus on improving your weaknesses in English. No one else is going to do that for you. Not on an individual level like I'm going to do. So, yes, you can go to class. You can sit there with 10, 15, 20, 30 other people in an English class. But if you want to improve your skills, your weaknesses in English, come and see me at excellentenglish.com.au. We can do this test together and we can improve your skills. I'm going to give you a feedback plan. Think about it like a personal trainer at the gym. If you go to the gym and you say, hey, I want to focus on the arms, I want to focus on the abs, I want to focus on losing weight, gaining muscle, you can go to a class. The teacher maybe has a couple of minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes in a 1-hour session to give you some feedback. But if you want real results, you get a personal trainer. Someone who's dedicated to focusing on you for 1 hour or however many hours it is per day, per week, per month. I'm offering you the same thing. I'm offering to be your personal trainer in English. And that's going to help you improve quickly. So, what is Excellent English not? It's not an IELTS test. It is not a TOEIC exam. Yes, if you really want to do that kind of study, I will do it with you. Right? It is more complicated, but we can do it. I've trained people before to do entrance exams for Harvard, for UCLA, for, MIT and other big Ivy League schools. But that's not the focus of this business. I want to improve your English communication skills. I want you to be able to have conversations in English. I want you to be able to talk to other people in your workplace, when you're traveling, right? When you're buying and ordering something online, perhaps. There's many different reasons why you might be speaking English. So, we're not trying to be a university entrance exam assistant. I'm not trying to teach people who want to improve their IELTS score. As I say, can I do this? Yes. Would I prefer to do this? No. I'd prefer to work on your conversation skills. There's many different businesses out there that are going to help you get ready for the test. And I promise you, their training is going to be very dry. It's going to be very boring. It's going to be a lot of textbooks, lots of writing, lots of listening to them playing audio files, and you writing down. My training is different. My teaching is different. It's a practical, practicing approach to English. If this sounds good, if this sounds like something you want to get involved in, or perhaps someone you know, maybe your son, your daughter, maybe a friend, maybe you're studying with someone in a group who's talked about improving their English skills, send them to www.excellentenglish.com.au. Send them over to our YouTube page, Excellent English, Instagram at Excellent English Down Under, or our Facebook page. And there, they can find content like this that can help them to improve their English. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you soon.